Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us, from all of us here at the ASAP Network.
Well, good evening and welcome to the All Sports and All Plays. This is your boy Freddie Henderson. This is another episode of Real Talk. Hey, look, we got a familiar face to come joining back. What's up with it, Trey? How's it going?
Oh man, it's good to be back. I'm never going to leave this ASAP Network family, man. I just got a little busy, but I'm here to help. I'm here to talk some knowledge and hopefully put you in line a little bit, Fred. I heard you've been kind of off the rails a little bit. So I'm here to put you back in your spot, man. Don't worry.
Well, man, hey, a lot of people didn't try, but a lot of people didn't fail. And then we got the familiar face, Kenny. But I told him to go change that shirt because he have a New York Knicks shirt on. Go change it, sir. How are you doing today, Kenny?
I'm not doing it with you tonight. We already had this discussion, and I'm not going back and forth with you. You're lucky I didn't wear my Dak jersey tonight. Let's go.
Oh, man. Speaking of Dak Prescott, I hate starting off the show speaking about America's team and the Dallas Cowboys. What can go wrong will go wrong because they're an
Change that tone. We just got it done. Knock it off.
So after nearly a decade, Jerry Jones finally came to his right sense to pay Dak Prescott. And when I say that he got paid, he got paid. Ladies and gentlemen, it's $160 million. But check this out. It's a guaranteed $120 million. It's a 4-year deal. And the first year after a major injury, it's guaranteed $75 million. $75 million. You can't make that stuff up. Kenny, what's your thoughts on this breaking news, man?
First of all, talk about the fact that you said that Jerry Jones does not care about Dak Prescott.
He don't.
Apologize, because you're dead wrong.
How should I apologize for something that he should have gave him 2 years ago?
How much more can he show that he cares about the man coming off an injury and he gives him 4 years, $160 million?
You talking about late to the party?
See, that's what I'm saying. See, when you're a hater, you cannot do anything that's going to show that you have any type of respect for Jerry Jones. The hater just won't give that man any credit.
He had no credit. He had to pay him this. He had no choice.
He didn't have to do nothing.
Yes, he did.
He could have franchised him. He didn't have to pay him. So
if he would have franchise tagged him, he would have been gone next year. And he knew that. He knew it.
You didn't see. That's not what you're saying. See, now you flip-flopping. Here we go with the flip-flopping.
How's it flip-flopping? He had to pay him because if he didn't pay him this year, they would have franchise tagged him. Dak Prescott was leaving. So he had no choice but to pay him.
No, he would have paid him now or later. He would eventually pay the guy. He took care of it and got it out of the way. Instead of paying the franchise, didn't have to do him having a great season and him having to pay more money, he took care of it and got it out the way. So go ahead and give him credit. I know it's going to bother you. I know you hate to do it.
I would never give Jerry Jones.
The hater and you. See, Jay, see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about right here. Now I know why your father has problems with you. See, what you didn't know is I did my research. And thanks to Mama Henderson, I now know that your father's a diehard Cowboy fan. And so all of this hate is stemming from that.
Oh, well, there you go. Troy, man, get in here, man. Chime in here. And by the way, Tim, is that Trey? How's it going?
Oh, yes, Tim, it is me. It's going well. Thank y'all. Glad to be back. But once again, I haven't missed anything. Freddie is still delusional. He's delusional. How can you sit here and say Jerry Jones does not care about Dak Prescott? If you go back, Jerry wanted to pay Dak from the beginning. He wanted to pay Dak, but it was all about the years and the long term. Jerry wanted 5, Dak wanted less. So Jerry, after this injury, whatever, and showed his love for everything that Dak Prescott has done for the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry kind of gave a little bit.
Nobody's saying that.
I
Go
mean,
ahead. Trey.
Jerry finally said, you know what, Dak, you're going to win this one. He gave him the 4 years. He gave him 120, second highest paid quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes. Right now, we're all talking about this deal and this 4 and there and so on. But when it comes down to it, and next year, another quarterback is going to get paid even higher, and another quarterback is going to get paid even higher. It's just the way it's going to be. That Jerry Jones has always took care of his franchise players. He's always overpaid for them. He's always done it. He's always took real good care of them. And Jerry Jones has always shown Dak love. I don't know where your game. He doesn't. He never had this. He never wanted Dak Prescott. He never showed him love. It's horse hockey. I mean, Jerry Jones is nothing but love for Dak Prescott and everything like that. So,
Thank you, Trey. Thank you for some intelligent conversation. Thank you so much.
Let's not sit here and act like Dak Prescott is Jerry Jones' favorite. Do you guys remember when Tony Romo got hurt? Guess what? Jerry Jones didn't want to commit to Dak Prescott. Jerry Jones still.
Why would you? Why would you?
He was a rookie.
He was a rookie in a 4th round pick, and he didn't do anything at Mississippi State. Why would you?
He didn't know. Nobody knew if Dak was going to be the guy.
But we knew Romo was over.
That's it.
But we knew that everybody knew that Tony Romo days in Dallas, it was a starting quarterback in the NFL, was just about over due to injuries. So at that point in time, they seen what Dak Prescott did into that season, but they still did not want to commit to him. Jerry Jones still wanted to hold on to his boy, to the golden child, and to Tony Romo. Oh no, Romo. And then, so
now he's switching up.
These last couple of years,
These
last couple of years, Jerry Jones found some way. Where there was a will, there's a way to pay somebody some money. It was DeMarcus Lawrence, it was Ezekiel Elliott. By the way, Zeke Elliott was still part of a contract, but you still decided to pay him because guess what? He was at? He was in Cabo. Drinking his Corona, partying with the females. That's where he was at. And then you talk about a Jalen Smith. You talk about Amari Cooper. He found the ways to overpay him, but guess what? Could not pay the leader of this franchise.
And he just did.
He didn't overpay Amari.
He overpaid Amari Cooper because guess what? He's not that wide receiver that you think he is.
See, this is the whole narrative that he tries to, portray, and he tries to forward on his Cowboys hate. Jerry Jones has always paid market value for his players.
No, over market.
Just like Trey said, this is the market deal for Dak. The next quarterback that comes along is going to reset the market. It's just business. He's always taking care of his players. Has he overpaid them? Yes. To a degree, yes. That's why the depth has suffered, and that's one of the issues that we've had with Jerry Jones in terms of not being able to field a full roster because he always has the team top heavy because he pays the stars. But it's never been an issue about paying stars. You could go all the way back to Emmitt Smith.
I didn't say stars, Kenny. I said the leader of your franchise. It took him so long to pay him. Why? Why is your leader? Why is your leader?
He got franchised and then he paid him the next year.
Why is your leader the last one to get paid? Ezekiel Elliott he got paid while he still had a contract.
Right. And that was a panic move. So he tried to turn around and see if he could play poker with Dak. And he lost.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So it's business. It has nothing to do. With him not liking Dak, rather.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. He just admitted that he lost. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
It's just business. He took care of the guy. He could have either franchised and paid more money for a 1-year deal. He took care of the guy and he got the 4 years. So now we move on. Find something else to hate about.
Trey, do you have anything you want to add to this?
Well, you talk about Tony Romo, how he was hurt and he wouldn't commit to that. It was his rookie year. let's be honest and for Dak Prescott, it was all about their running game. Dak Prescott, all he did was not turn the ball over. He didn't have light up the yards. He wasn't the most accurate passer. He still ain't the most accurate passer in the league right now. He's a great leader. He'll give you his heart, soul, and sweat and tears on that field. But is he a top 10 quarterback in this league? Mate, I can't get, and that's what the Cowboys were conjuring about right there. So I can understand where Jerry Jones is going, and I understand where Dak is going. But Dak Prescott hasn't proven anything. He's done the same thing as Tony Romo has.
Trey, you're not gonna know.
He hasn't.
No, sir. You talking about a quarterback? You talking about a quarterback before his injury who never missed a game, who's always available in practice, who was a leader, who did everything you've asked of him to do as a franchise quarterback, who won you some playoff games with your previous quarterbacks, with your previous quarterback. What your previous quarterback struggled to do in recent history. Well, matter of fact, the last 26 years, y'all have not been relevant. And I mean, why not play them? You're not winning a Super Bowl anyway. Your days of winning Super Bowls is over. So this man has done everything you wanted him to do.
Dude, oh my God. Dude, for one, Dak Prescott's only won one playoff game. Let's get that out of the way. And for two, let's not act like the running game in this first year.
How many have Tony Romo run?
Huh?
How many have Tony Romo won?
Well, okay, for one, Tony Romo never had the team that Dak Prescott.
No, sir. I mean, we had a Dez Bryant and Jason Witten.
Okay. Yeah, and look what finally in 2016 when they had DeMarco Murray and had 2,000 yards rushing and Dak Prescott and they threw it to Dez Bryant and would have in Green Bay and that was an actual catch in today's NFL. It is. They changed the rule because of it. It was a catch.
That's his other team. So of course,
even if it was a catch, even if it was a catch, Aaron Rodgers is going to the touchdown.
Right. Right. That's his other team.
Yeah, but we don't know where
he's going to say that.
But let's say this: Tony Romo never had the until 2016. He never had a defense. That's why he always had to throw the ball 55 freaking times because he had to outscore. Remember the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning, who were lining up the field when they went to the Super Bowl scoring. They went 48 and 50. They lost 48 to 50 because Tony Romo threw an interception because he had to throw the ball 60 times. Tony Romo had to carry this team on his back, and he broke his back for this Dallas Cowboy team. He carried them to where they were. Dallas Cowboys wouldn't have been relevant without Tony Romo. Now, could I say, if you would have put in someone else, like an Andy Dalton all year or whatever, back whenever Andy Dalton was a Cincinnati Bengal, back when he made all those playoff runs, he would have had a better season than Dak Prescott did. But Dak Prescott has progressed through each year. I think he's gotten better.
Absolutely.
But I just think that I think Jerry Jones finally did him right. He did he finally caved in because remember, it wasn't about Jerry always wanted to pay Dak. He always wanted to pay. It was about the years, and it was 4 and 5, and Dak wouldn't budge on the years. That's the main thing. So let's not get like Jerry never wanted to pay this guy. That was not the case. Jerry always wanted to pay.
Stop spreading those lies.
I'm not spreading lies. I'm just spreading the truth.
He always wanted to pay him. It was just a matter of agreeing on the years. No, it was just agreeing on the years. That's all it was about.
That's all it was.
And then he ain't doing a no trade clause. Like, come on, man. He took care of the man. Stop.
And then going back to your point, Kenny. If we would have franchise tagged him, Freddie says that he would have gone somewhere. Where would he have gone? There's no.
It would have been the same
spot.
Negotiation.
There's a lot of open spots, Trey.
Where? Name one.
Bears.
That's not open necessarily.
I'm not sure they commit to Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles. The Washington football team, the New England Patriots.
But again, all of those teams, he would have been a free agent. So they would have been able to sign him as a free agent. It wasn't like they would have lost him. It would have been up to them to sign him as a free agent. So
Jerry Jones.
There was no guarantee that he was leaving.
Jones would have allowed him. Jerry Jones would have allowed him to be free agent.
Of course, this is how you're saying that now because that supports your narrative.
No, if they would have franchise tagged him, guess what? Jerry Jones could not have stopped him next year going to any other team. But
he was a free agent, so he could have signed him. It wasn't that he could stop them. He would have been a free agent free to sign with any team he wanted to.
Free agent? And
why let him? We don't even have to have that conversation. You know why? Because he got signed. Thank you.
Well, and for one, New England Patriots wouldn't sign Dak Prescott because we all know Bill Belichick doesn't pay high dollar for any free agent. Let's just be honest with that. He won't go to Chicago because they won't give him weapons in Chicago like he has in Dallas right now. And then that's it. And plus, Chicago might even get Russell Wilson. So I think Dak Prescott won't even have a team that opportunity.
The Seahawks open. I mean, there's teams out there. The 49ers. I mean, there's teams out there.
Yeah, but it would have to be. It was other pieces that's going to make that happen. It would have to be trades. It would, you got quarterbacks in place, so they would have to make other moves to even make room.
Detroit Lions. I mean, so
they just got golf. So why
maybe next year. Maybe next year. So you know what? Dak Prescott available is going.
If
let's move to the next topic.
We don't have to worry about it.
Don't even have to worry.
I'm tired of talking about America's team. Let's go to the next topic. We're gonna head to the NBA hot take. I'm going to give mine. A few years ago, Charles Barkley came out and made a statement. He said something, and it brought the quotes back to memory the other day. There was an All-Star game, and LeBron came out and said that he needed a point guard. And Charles Barkley said, "Oh, does LeBron need all the great players? Do he not want to compete?" But now we got the same situation happening in the NBA in the Brooklyn Nets. Does KD want all the great players? Do they not want to compete? Ladies and gentlemen, they just signed Blake Griffin. Now, don't mind me. Blake Griffin's not the same Blake Griffin of old. But guess what? I mean, he's still a big name. But do they want all the great players? Why are we not keeping the same energy towards these other players? Why does LeBron get criticized more than everybody else? Why does people come at him more than anybody else? And I understand he's the best player of the game. I understand that he's the king of the game. I understand that he's the face of the NBA. But let's keep the same energy for everybody else. Because I mean, look, Brooklyn getting all these players coming over there to beat one man. To beat one man in his 16th, in his 16th, 17th season. A 36-year-old man. Come on now, they only try to beat one man.
Oh,
but they got to team up to do this to beat one man.
Oh man. The face of the team up era. But
to beat one man. Do he want all the great players? Do he not want to compete?
Like he did in Miami?
Huh. So I'm waiting for Charles Barkley. I'm waiting for Charles Barkley. I'm waiting for Rob Parker. I'm waiting for everybody to come out and start criticizing him. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. Trey, give me a hot take for the NBA.
My hot take is Freddie will stop talking about LeBron James and stinking Lakers for once.
Right. And his hot take's not sent around the Lakers. You're right. Right. Dead on.
It really wasn't about the Lakers, but okay.
My hot take is, man, there's so many. I'm doing it. I'm going. Steph Curry is gonna lead the Golden State Warriors to the number 6 seed in the NBA playoffs and become MVP of this year's NBA.
Oh.
Okay. Kenny, give us a hot take for the NBA.
The Rockets are replacing the New York Knicks as the most dysfunctional franchise in the NBA.
It takes a lot to do that because the Knicks for years, man, was
horrible. For years, but the Rockets, like right now, they're really headed in that direction. Like I don't know what their plan is. I don't know what they're trying to do.
They don't have one. That's the problem.
It's just it changes. One. Yeah, it just changes every year. So they don't have a culture. They don't have a foundation. And I feel really bad for Stephen Silas because this is his first head coaching opportunity, and he's really just come into a really dysfunctional situation, and he hasn't been put in a position to be successful. So yeah, that's my hot take. The Houston Rockets are replacing the Knicks as the most dysfunctional franchise in the NBA.
All right. Gentlemen, man, yesterday we had an eventful All-Star game. I think we can all say that, this year's was probably one of the best years in a while that the All-Star game, it was incredible. Let's shout out to the NBA. Shout out to Chris Paul for putting on the show. They said they collected the money, donated to the HBCUs, colleges and stuff like that. We've had superstars from LeBron, Kawhi, Paul George, come out saying at the beginning how they did not want to be there because of the short turnaround season and because of the pandemic going on. But we all have to. I think we all can agree that even though the situation's there, it actually still turned out to be a pretty good All-Star game. Kenny, what was your thoughts on the All-Star game?
Like you said, the ultimate goal or the ultimate, the positive that came out of it was all the money that was raised for the HBCUs. It's just a fun game to me. The All-Star game is just the guys coming together and just going up and down and having some fun. So, that part of it is always fun to watch. But the bigger picture is what this All-Star weekend was about. And, like you said, kudos to the NBA, to the NBA PA for really stepping up and really doing something for a much needed cause, because the HBCUs really could use all the money that they can get. So just hats off to them for that.
Oh yeah, my way was just make sure before we get too far deep in the show, want to shout out to all the female athletes, all to the female owners, just any female in the world, because today is we're honoring you as national, female. I just want to shout out to each one of you guys. Trey, what was your thoughts on the All-Star game?
Overall, I give it about a B plus. I wish they would have kept the Saturday night festivities on Saturday night, because that's one thing I actually look forward to on the weekends. That Saturday night, all the glitz and glamour of the skills challenge, 3-point dunk, and all that. But other than that, it was good, like you said. Raising money for the HBC with all that money for the schools and stuff like that. But going back, like LeBron saying that you don't want to play because of a short turnaround season and everything. I just don't understand. It's a game. He did what he had to do. He didn't play much. So, if that's the only gripe that you had, then, they did a great job. Hats off to Adam Silver, Nate Silver, I'm sorry. Adam Silver. I'm sorry. I have a lot of Silvers in my mind. But yeah, he was taking a lot of slack because he said, it's just rushed together and everything. For being rushed together, it actually turned out to be a pretty eventful evening, and they did a lot of good for everything. And they also raised awareness for these African-American schools, for like the programs that they don't have, like Chris Paul going to Harvard and bringing in that class to NC State or I can't remember, NC A&M or something.
Central.
Yeah, Central.
North Carolina Central.
Stuff like that, and implementing all the extra learning and what they're doing to make it better for the African American community. So overall, I give it about a B plus, but I wish they would just kept the Saturday night to Saturday night, and that's basically all the gripe I had.
Wow, did y'all like the show? Like, just think of this sequence right here. It might be a little bit off, but the first alley-oop to Dame, then you had CP3 throwing alley-oop to Steph. You had Steph throwing the alley-oop to CP3. And then you kind of have Dame before the half-court line shooting the three. Then you have Steph right at the half-court line, bang in the first half. And then to finish the game, Dame hit a 40-foot and hit that Dame time. Man, hey, that was pretty interesting right there to me. Just to see Steph Curry and Dame just go back and forth. I really want to see them two. I want to see them two in a 3-point contest, man, because it could really get interesting there. Because what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I just honestly, it's two guys I want to see Steph go up against. One wasn't there, which is Devin Booker. The other one was last year that put on a show, who was Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield last year put on a show in the 3-point contest. So those guys are two of the pure shooters and younger guys too. So to kind of see them go up against the vet, I don't think there's any question. We all know, like, the way that, to me, that was the highlight of the night, was the 3-point contest. Just seeing that walk-off shot by Steph to win the whole thing, that was just incredible. So yeah, man. So yeah, I just think that I would like to see those young guys go up against the vet and see if they could take down the sniper, because he's probably the best sniper we've seen in the game's history.
I want to respond to this. J.R. Alexander said, "Why are our All Stars whining that they don't want to play in the game anymore? Fans vote them in, and do you see the trend that they whine because they are in and whine because they don't get in?" But J.R., the reason why LeBron and a lot of the other players did not want to play is because of the pandemic that's going on, and then that
Oh no,
it was a short turnaround. I mean, they just got done playing.
Yeah, I think they just wanted the time off to.
Yeah, and then
and they're getting it.
And then
They start back on Wednesday. It's only 2 days.
Yeah. So what I based off of what I heard off of the LeBron conversation, it was told that they wasn't having an All-Star game, but hey, when money started lacking, a lot of those things, promises start being unbroke. So I'm assuming that LeBron and them had a short turnaround. They said, this is giving us enough time to get our minds right, our body right, give us time to spend time with our family. Okay, well, here's this. Bam, we have an All-Star game. Well, that changed.
Freddie's not going to say nothing against LeBron. And whatever LeBron says, that's what Freddie says.
I know. I don't understand it. LeBron's a great athlete and everything, but I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I mean, yeah, it's a short turnaround season. Okay, LeBron played 12 minutes last night, one game, and then he has the rest of the week to. I mean, yeah, he come back Wednesday night, but he was off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, played 12 minutes Sunday, and he's off the rest till Wednesday night. And but I'm just saying that's a long time.
You see how soon they came back to play though? That's real soon. I mean, you look at it, you started questioning, was that Anthony Davis injured because of him, or was it because he was not his body was not hit
up? No, it's because of him. It's because Anthony Davis is stay healthy.
Don't try to put that on him.
We can't say that because he did not have a full time to his body.
He's always battled injuries. Don't try to put that on that.
I understand it, but some folks' body need times to recover. That's all I'm saying, Kenny. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, how convenient. It's only the two guys you're talking about, AD and LeBron. What team?
He's the only one that got hurt. He's the only one that got hurt.
Who
AD gets hurt every stinking
year. That's
year.
right, every year.
Well,
he was hurt last year.
Like I said, last year. They played basically a full calendar year of basketball, and then if you look at it, yes, they did.
They had 4 months off in the pandemic.
But do you know how hard it is for a player to
get? Here we go. You're making excuse because the Lakers won the championship. You're making excuse because the Lakers won the championship. It was harder, and it wasn't. It wasn't harder in that bubble. They made it easier for him. Don't give me that.
Listen. Listen. I've spoke to insiders and I've asked them this question. It is hard for players to get their bodies going during the season. They go in and get in the groove, then they stop. Okay. Then in 4 months came, they getting back in shape, getting the bodies going back and going again. Then they stop.
Freddie,
I'm just
Freddie. These professional athletes don't give me that. They have training all around the clock. They have medicine that people don't have. They have therapy sessions that people don't get. They get their bodies right. They're
still human,
luxury. They are human. I'm not saying they're not, but I'm just saying they have better luxuries than what we. Don't give me that. I mean. But they still had practice games, and they still did it. They had time to. Don't say it was a full year. They still got their body rest and everyone else.
Then you have to respect the time with their families. They haven't had time to spend enough time with their families.
What? What is that?
So they was in the
4 months with their family. What are you talking about?
They was in the. How long were they in that bubble for? However long.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but you know what? They didn't have to. They could have opted out to stay, like the Avery Bradley, all the Mets.
Us fans would not have been. Do you realize? Well, if LeBron
would have it both ways.
Well, if LeBron would have opted out, the NBA would have canceled it. By the way, because y'all heard Patrick Beverly.
Oh God!
You heard what Patrick Beverly say. If LeBron playing, we all playing.
Taking it out of context. Taking it out of context.
And can we please stop saying this? Yeah, stop. Can we please stop saying this is LeBron's league? Because this time it's not anymore. It's not. Let's just get out. No, it's not, dude. I'm sorry.
What league is it?
It's players league.
Dude, it's a players league now, man. You got Joel Embiid, who's going to be MVP this year, probably. You have Steph Curry, who's still doing his thing at age 33. You have all these young bucks coming in. You have Giannis coming in. You have Booker. You have all these great athletes.
Do you think they have more power than LeBron?
We saw what he did last night at the All-Star game. Look how much more better the All-Star game was because he was hardly even in it, and look how much more fun it was.
I bet it's by his choice. I bet you Quinn Snyder didn't sit him down.
Okay, even if it was by his choice, I'm just saying that he.
So that's even less of a reason for him to complain.
Exactly.
And that's probably why he didn't. That's probably why he didn't play much minutes.
So So then, what's there to complain about?
He said, "I'm gonna give you the fans what they want to see. I'm gonna give them a little
Right.
bit in
Well,
there."
I think that's part of it is that you can't have it both ways. You can't say that this game is for the fans and then turn around and say that we shouldn't be playing this game. Like the fans voted you in. So
But
you can't turn around and say if they should have shut down. If it wasn't going to be no game, they should have shut down the vote altogether. They should have never had a vote.
This is what I don't like. Why are you not criticizing Paul George and Kawhi Leonard?
Oh, I am. I criticize Paul George all the time. I was going to get
LeBron,
LeBron, Paul George, Kawhi. If you didn't want to play, then be like an be like these professional NFL players who don't go to the Pro Bowl. Don't go. Who cares? See the ones that ever vote you in again, and see if they come buy tickets to go watch you play. I guarantee you, they start complaining about that. Fans will stop going to the game and buying their jersey, and then they won't be complaining that they are not making multi-million.
Wait. Educate me. Help me out here. So Kawhi and Paul George was complaining about playing in the game too? I didn't see that. Okay.
Yes, they did. Well, they weren't more outspoken than LeBron. LeBron was going on every platform and crying that he doesn't want to play.
Why? Because he's the face of the league.
No, he was an expert. He ain't the face anymore, dude.
Hey, I guess this dude could have bad gas. Guess what's going to be ESPN the first thing in the morning?
One of the faces of the league. Because keep it moving.
Trey, I like when you get upset. You got this hog in that little vein. I like it. I don't like it.
Because you are you're so delusional. It's like I'm just kidding. I'm just whatever.
Hey, gentlemen,
he's as delusional as a Lakers fan, or when it comes to LeBron, as some Cowboys fans.
I know. And the thing for me is I'm a Laker fan and I'm a realist, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen, we about to get into Dame time.
Oh God!
So does Dame get disrespected when it comes to shooting? Like, we always talk about Steph Curry with the shot, Steph Curry with the deep threes and all the threes. But does Dame get disrespected by it as well? We'll go with Kenny on this one.
No, he's Logo Lillard. You know, they call him Logo Lillard. Now, what I will say about Dame is he's a little more streaky than the other guys. Mm-hmm. So I think that may be why he doesn't always get mentioned with the top shooters, because he's a little more streaky. But in terms of his range, there's no question about his range. Like I said, they call him Logo Lillard. So no, I don't think he gets disrespected. I just think he's a little more streaky than the other guys. That's all.
I agree with you on that too, because man, we seen Steph Curry last night when he got it, when one shot went in, that sucker just got high. He couldn't miss. Like
how about the one where he shot in and turned around? He didn't even look at it go in.
But I will say this: I think Dame can shoot it a little bit further than Steph. But Steph can shoot it more consistent. I've seen.
I don't think so.
I've seen that
before. I don't think so.
I don't know. It's pretty close, but Trey.
Kenny took the words right out of my mouth. You have Dame who will go on these major roles, like score 60 plus points in one game, and then you won't hear anything from him for a week, 2 weeks, and then have another game. Where Steph is consistently scoring 35, 40, 50 points each and every night. And it's something different. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's his energy that he brings, his fun-loving little kid self or whatever. But every time Steph makes a three, it just makes the game, like everyone in the crowd and everything more pop, I guess you can say. Where Dame, it does for Portland, but when you're watching, even in the All-Star game, Steph's the one who got it rolling. And the way it went, and it's just something about Steph. And to go on your point about you think Dame has more range, I doubt that, because Steph Curry twice has hit from the opposite side of the free throw line and made a shot at the end of the ball. And I've yet to see Dame do that.
Yeah, you're right about that. Nate, how many triples does LeBron have? 97.
Right off the top of his head, already ready.
Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next topic. Nate, let me know if I'm right or wrong about that too. The next topic is, before we go talk about this team, you need to go change your shirt, sir. You need to go change your shirt, Kenny, because you are a Nets fan. How will Blake Griffin impact the Brooklyn Nets? I'm not letting you go first twice in a row. We'll go with Trey on this one. Trey,
How will Blake Griffin? What was the question?
how will Blake Griffin impact the Nets?
Impact? He won't. He'll give him a little. I mean, Blake Griffin has been nothing for like the last 6 years. You take away the dunks. I wouldn't go that far either, but I'm just spitballing, I mean, you take Blake Griffin. All he has is dunking. Let's just be straight up on it. I mean, yeah, he'll probably. I mean, he's shooting under 30% from three. I mean, about 30% from three. He takes about 6 a game, and he makes less than 30% of them. He's not the biggest defender in the league. He won't give you that defensive mindset and the defensive end that the Nets desperately need, because I think they're going to need it at some point in the playoffs against Joel Embiid. And I don't think DeAndre Jordan can handle Joel Embiid in the paint by himself. But, I mean, honestly, this is just a bonus move for the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets were the favorite. I was dead wrong when they got James Harden. James Harden just made this team a little bit better. I don't see how anyone's going to outscore this team, especially when they get Kevin Durant back. But it's a nice little piece. I mean, it's just one of those little pieces that's going to come off the bench and play like a Jeff Green kind of role, I guess you can say. Like, get a little spark off the bench. It'd probably be the center when they go small ball. But he ain't gonna make a big impact, but will he help them win a game or two probably in the playoffs? Yeah, I can see that, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think it makes or breaks their championship season if they didn't sign Blake Griffin. No.
Trey, you said he's a favorite. They're the favorite. Favorite to do what?
They're the favorite to win the championship.
Okay,
in my opinion.
I'm writing down a list. I just want to find out.
And I was wrong. I was wrong at the beginning of when I was on this network beginning when it all happened. I said there's no way the Nets are going to do it, but watching this team play, they're a team to beat.
Okay, I'm just writing this list down. I'm just checking it twice, and when the end of the results come back, I'm just calling out everybody. But all right, Kenny.
I think that he's going to give them some more front court depth. That the trade that they made for Harden affected their front court depth. So I think he just gives them another big body. And I think it's also going to be a good opportunity for Blake because he doesn't have to be the guy. I think he struggled in trying to be the guy. I think here he could be a third or fourth guy where you don't have to have the 20 and 10 from him every night in order for you to win. They got enough guys to do that between, the big three. So, he may have some nights where he gets it going, you know what I mean? And, of course, he's going to be able to get out in the fast break and catch those lobs and all of that good stuff. And he can be another weapon in the front court, in the half court rather when the game slows down a little bit because he can, face up and he could post up and do a little bit of everything. So I just think he's another piece to help their front court depth. And, he'll have his chances and he'll have an opportunity where he'll be able to shine, but you got the big three, and then he'll just get in where he fits in.
Listen, man, Blake Griffin have not been relevant the last 2 to 3 years. Dude's averaging 12 points. Dude shoots like Trey said, shooting the three horribly. I mean, yes, he's gonna be wide open a lot of times, but hey, we depend on him knocking that shot down. I'm not sure. So I mean, hey, it helps them with size, but it's not what they need. They need defense. So to me, I don't think it makes it better. I don't think it makes it worse. But I think that they needed a defensive piece, and I think if they don't get Andre Drummond, that's really a loss on them. I don't know. I mean, I guess
get Drummond, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I will say this: they get Andre Drummond, the NBA might as well say goodbye, to that season. I'm waiting. I want Adam Silver to go and block the trade, block the sign, and whatever, like they did CP3 to the Lakers. I'm just saying. It comes a time where
it always comes back to the Lakers.
Fair need to be fair. That way everybody.
I kind of agree with that CP3 veto trade. That was ridiculous. It should have never happened. But I think honestly, Drummond's going to be a Laker. I believe that. I don't think he's going to go to New Jersey or Brooklyn.
Well, shoot, LeBron on the phone right now. Hey man.
Of course he is.
Right.
Of course he is, because
Yeah.
he can't win
Assistant
anything by
GM.
himself.
No, Trey, do the same thing with KD. Say the same thing, but I want everybody.
I'm not so,
because
not saying
nobody
anything about it.
We already talked about LeBron was the face. He started the team up there.
But we talking about right now. It was pretty much even last year,
Oh.
and then now KD. He said, "I'm
He
back."
started the team
Me
up
and Kyrie
in Miami.
Wait a minute.
Kyrie can't beat LeBron by himself. So we need to get James Harden. Oh, that's still not enough.
And in Cleveland, he did it again. He
We
went back
talking
there
about
with Kyrie,
we
and they
talking
traded for
about-
Kevin Love. Stop.
Trey had a little bit more hair when you talking about. We talking about right now.
We talking about Cleveland Cavaliers
I
right
was a little
before
bit
the team,
smart.
right before he went to the Lakers. He went back to the Cavs. Kyrie was there, and they traded for Kevin Love. As soon as he got there, the next day,
Exactly.
pretty much. So
What did Kevin
stop.
Love do in Cleveland? What have Kevin Love done in Cleveland?
That's not the point. The point is he has the stars. He always had.
He was
always,
a significant
ever since
piece
he
in that
left Cleveland the
2016.
first time, he's always had the stars. So stop. It's the same thing. He started it.
Kenny, I'm talking about right now. Last year,
It don't matter. It don't matter. And he did it. And he did it in LA. They got rid of Brandon Ingram so you could get AD. So what are you talking about?
It was even last year.
What are you talking about? He
It was
always
about
has
duos.
a star. He always has a
It was
star.
about duos.
It was about duos.
Just last year.
Oh, last year. But before that, it was about trios.
Well, we got away from the trios now.
Oh, that's what it
now
is.
Kevin Durant
because
said,
LeBron did it.
I can't beat this 36-year-old man.
Because it's LeBron.
I need to load it up.
Let's move on.
Kevin Durant.
But isn't that what LeBron did in Miami? He couldn't beat the big three, so he had to go team up. And,
Y'all keep mentioning that. I'm talking about right now. I don't care.
I'm just saying.
So
why,
how's it different now?
So yeah,
how's it different
now than it is then?
That didn't change.
How?
Can we go ahead and say that Kevin Durant have had better teammates than LeBron James in his career? I would say that.
What?
What?
Except for Golden State.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, James Harden.
Okay. Whoa. Miami, Dwayne Wade, Hall of Famer. Chris Bosh, Hall of Famer. Ray Allen, best 3-point shooter in the league, Hall of Famer.
Old. I'm not giving him that.
Oh, give me a break.
Thank you.
He was old.
He hit the shot. Oh,
he wasn't Ray Allen like Ray Allen.
If he didn't hit that shot, he don't even win. They don't even win that title. What are you talking about?
So when we add Andre Iguodala to the list then for Kevin Durant, then I didn't add him.
He was on the team before he even got there. What do you mean?
I'm just saying that Kevin Durant have had better teammates than LeBron James have.
We're talking about the same thing.
This ain't about the LeBron show. Let's move on. I'm tired
let's
of talking
move
about
on.
LeBron.
Yeah, I know I'm right. Let's go.
No, you're not.
Dead wrong. We're just tired of talking about it. Let's move on.
Let me find out where he's at. How you doing? Okay. What team surprised you the most during the first half of the season? Trey.
Me, honestly, it's Utah, the way they're playing. That team, I thought they were a mediocre team. I thought they were a 6th seed, but man, the way they're playing, the way they have like a monkey on their, I don't know what the monkey on their back, I guess, the way they're being disrespected by Shaquille O'Neal and others of the like, LeBron James disrespecting them.
They're not being disrespected.
Oh, good God. He just basically disrespected them by picking the best team in the league, and both players get picked last. That's disrespectful. Oh, we never played with the Utah Jazz. Whatever. That's disrespectful. So the way Mitchell's playing, Gobert's playing.
Being sensitive. People need to stop being sensitive.
But if we say something about LeBron, no, okay,
right.
we're off this LeBron.
I
if we say something about LeBron, we're being disrespectful to the king. Give me. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Trey. Keep going, Trey. Keep going. He's trying to distract you. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, Mike Conley's playing out of his mind right now for it being 14th year in this league, finally getting an all-star game. Congratulations, one of the best, classiest dude in the league. He deserves everything. I'm just saying, Utah's playing on a. Do I think they're a favorite? No, but the way they're playing and only have 9 losses in this COVID season, the way that, I mean, Gobert and Mitchell and Eagles is shooting the ball. I mean, it has to be the Utah. I don't see anyone beating it.
My surprise team.
Don't say it.
Is the The Denver Nuggets, man. Hey, honestly, for them to be a 6 seed, especially what they did in the bubble, I kind of expected them to be like the top 3 team. So hopefully the second half of the season that they can turn it up a notch and try to game speed to become one of the top 3 or top 4 seed. Just because of Joker, what he's doing is unbelievable. For what he's doing as a center, we've never seen happen. And they've seen before. This man putting up the triple doubles where he do it. You have Jamal Murray. We want to see him get back to that bubble form where he was just balling. And we want to see Michael Porter. We want to see the Michael Porter Jr. Come up and step up and be that third option. So hopefully we can see this team. Start improving, start getting a stride, start to be the same team we've seen in the bubble. But so far we have not seen that. So that's my surprise team. Kenny,
Right here, baby. New York Knicks. That's my surprise team because honestly, I thought that this was just going to be a year where they build and start establishing a culture and getting, moving towards being competitive, but they actually are competitive right out of the gate. The fact that they're up in that top half of the, playoff bracket of the Eastern Conference right now, that's a really big tribute to, Tom Thibodeau as a coach and to my guy Leon Rose and to Scott Perry, because, like I said, I just expected them to, be, the same kind of, 30, 40 win team, maybe 35, maybe, something like that, and be a lottery team again. And the fact that they're in the playoff hunt right now, that's a total shock to me because they don't have a lot of shooting. Julius Randle is playing out of his mind. And they're just really playing. They're just competing. They're just like a hard-nosed Tom Thibodeau coach team in there. So that's the surprise team for me for sure. I'm pleasantly surprised as a Knicks fan.
All right. Now, what team had disappointed you for the first half of the season? I'm gonna go ahead and go. They're 8 seed in the West, the Dallas Mavericks. Nobody expected them to be the 8 seed. Nobody expected them to be 2 games above 500 when you have Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, and which I understand. I understand that he was hurt for a little bit, but he's got back, and I've not seen no improvement. Can we go ahead and say that the Philadelphia 76ers punked the Dallas Mavericks by giving them Josh Richardson for Seth Curry? I mean, that happened because Josh Richardson have not shown any improvement. He have not shown any, additional help for this team. This team cannot. I mean, there are not a lot of good scorers on this team. A lot of times you depend on Luka a little bit too much for your offense. So, and I've seen a report that they're trying to get rid of Kristaps. They're trying to trade him, see what's out there in the trade market for him. So, to me, it's the Dallas Mavericks. Just because of what we seen last year, them on the verge of about to beat a Clippers team, in the playoffs, in the bubbles, but they'll turn out to be an 8 seed as of right now, which is kind of disappointing. Trey, what team has been most disappointing to you so far?
Me personally, there's 2 of them I want to talk about, but I guess I'll go with the I guess New Orleans Pelicans. I'm going to say that just to throw a curveball in there because we all thought that they were going to take leaps and bounds this year and be better than what they were, but they kind of took a step back this year. Zion's having a fabulous year. I mean, Brandon Ingram's is getting better too, but just the way like the young team that they were, I thought they were going to keep striving to be better and be competitive enough to make it to probably 7th or 6th seed. But the way they're digressing and the way that they're playing, just they play hard, but they don't have that closing energy like the close games. I mean, to me, it's just kind of disappointing because I thought they'll be taking because all the young players that they like Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, all the Laker players that they traded for the Anthony Davis trade, they keep saying they're a young team. Well, they're about what fifth year in the league. I mean, they get at some point you got to start. Brandon Ingram has, but others like Lonzo Ball, others they got to start stepping up, and they just haven't done that. So it's kind of disappointing to see where they're at right now, especially behind Golden State when Golden State has no one but Steph Curry.
All right, Kenny.
Actually, my disappointing team is your surprise team, the Denver Nuggets. I thought that they were going to take that step after the playoff run. I thought coming into this season, they were going to be in that upper third of the Western Conference. I thought Jamal Murray had really had a coming out party in the playoffs, and I thought he was going to kind of take that step as well as being an elite player. And I think he's kind of taken a little step back this year, and they haven't been as good. I guess I didn't, I don't think anybody realized how much the loss of Jerry Grant was going to be to them, because that guy's gone to Detroit and has put up some big numbers. So that's a team I'm a little disappointed in, because, like I said, I thought that they would be like at least, the top 3 seeds in the West, and they're like right now at about the 6th seed. So that's probably my disappointment. That's going to be my disappointing team.
Well, to go to Freddie's point with the Dallas Mavericks, COVID and everything has hit the Dallas Mavericks harder than any other team, I believe. And that's why they're kind of struggling. They were Porzingis injury. They've had a lot of injuries, but now you're starting to see in the last week, 2 weeks, Luka's starting to become that MVP kind of player that we thought we all were going to see. And they're starting to strive, and they finally got games over 500 and overtook the Warriors for the number 8 seed. So I think right now they hit the All-Star break just perfect. They hit the stride, but now I think they're going to really ramp it up. I think Rick Carlisle is going to really have them in playoff about the 6th or 5th seed before it's all said and done. And let's just face it, the Denver Nuggets, our old friend Coach Cam said he always said that the bubble ball it was different than regular ball. It's like AAU. It's not real. It's real basketball, but it's not the same as a regular game. That's why you saw with the Denver Nuggets with Jamal Murray and others that it's easier to shoot in there, and now you're seeing them come back down to life. So I didn't expect anything big from the Denver Nuggets or anything like that, but I just think you're just seeing the bubble ball. We've seen it with the Miami Heat as well. Miami Heat, who went to the finals last year, in the 6th seed right now, barely in the 6th seed, fighting for the playoff spot right now. So those are just little takeaways that I have with those two.
All right. Kenny, give me your top 5 teams as of the first half of the season.
Okay, I got Brooklyn, I got the Lakers, got the Clippers, Utah, and Philly.
Yo, Emmanuel, you already know we're going to bring it. This is real talk. This is what we do. We bring the heat, especially me. This is y'all, the viewers.
Really hot air. Only heat is hot air coming out your mouth.
Top 5 teams, man. Let's go. Number 1, the Utah Jazz. Number 2, the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 3, the Lakers. Number 4, the Clippers. And number 5, the Brooklyn Nets. That is my top 5. Kenny or Trey?
Number 5, I got the Lakers. Number 4, I got Phoenix.
Wow, okay.
Number 3, I actually have Philadelphia. Number 2 is going to be Utah, and then number 1 is going to be Brooklyn.
All right. So let's go ahead and just let's go ahead and take this last topic for the night and let's finish it. 3 words to describe the first half of the season. We'll go with Trey on this one.
Oh, of course you will. 3 words. I'm going to say bringing the heat. The reason I say that is because we didn't know what to expect with the short turnaround coming on and everything. But I can argue that all these teams are bringing the heat. All the games mostly are competitive. They're entertaining to watch. We saw in the All-Star game last night how fun that was. We're seeing how close the races are. We're starting to see the NBA what it usually is, and it's always a competitive league, especially in the Eastern Conference and so forth and so on. But now you're starting to see the drama come out, right? The free agent, what we all live for in the NBA, the buyout market and everything. So kudos to everyone in the NBA, because no one knew what was going to happen, especially with COVID traveling place to place. They've actually done a pretty good job. I remember a lot of people were saying, let's shut the season down, let's go to the bubble. They kind of rode that ship a little bit, and now we're starting to see a lot more games being played on less postponements as well. So everyone is bringing the heat. It seems like the NBA is just getting better as a league. There's not really an easy team besides the Minnesota Timberwolves and a little bit here and there, but I can argue there's about 25 great NBA or good NBA teams right now who they're going to bring it their all every single night, and that's what us NBA fans want to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go with this one, man. Keep same energy. Wow. The old boy is right, because I'm about tired. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a list. I'm writing everybody's name down on this list. Trey, your name is got on this list. Kenny, your name is top of the list. I'm keeping everybody's name for doubting the Lakers. Because they should be, trust me, they're listening. They looking back. Okay. Y'all making these moves? Well, they making moves too. Don't be surprised when we drop a big fish, when we drop the big bomb to add to our roster.
No, you don't need it. You only need 2 stars.
It's coming. And just wait till the
playoffs. What are you making a move for? Go ahead.
And just wait till the playoffs come. When LeBron and AD turn it up and they take down your Brooklyn Nets, I want you guys to keep the same energy. That's all I want y'all to do.
That's 4 words, but go ahead.
I will say
same energy. I didn't put a thing in. That's what I'm telling you.
And I will say this: I think Kevin Durant has the upper hand over LeBron James in the playoffs. I'm just saying. I don't think Kevin Durant's scared of LeBron James.
I mean, if he should, when you team up with a Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, you should. That's a no-brainer there.
LeBron can't guard KD. That's it.
We seen that first year when he was in OKC and LeBron was in Miami.
Okay, but in back-to-back finals, who shot over LeBron and couldn't stop KD? And
who team was loaded? Who
doesn't matter. I'm talking about one-on-one. I'm talking about one-on-one when your team.
No, Trey, you're not gonna get away with this. You're not getting away with this. You're not gonna get away with nothing.
I'm not getting away with nothing. When the game's on the line, you need one stop, and LeBron can't do it over KD. KD can pull up over you. I mean, we all saw it back-to-back finals.
Who left a team who was up 3-1 on a Golden State Warriors team who won 73 games that year to go join that team because they couldn't beat LeBron?
Can I go?
Tell me you want
Durant.
Can I go?
Yes, go. I don't know why I opened that can of worms. I just wanted one last argument from Freddie.
Yeah. Because you know where he's going. My 3 is depth is everything.
Mm-hmm.
In this COVID era or this COVID season, however you want to term it, depth is everything because you never know who's going to have to be the next man up. So this whole second half of the season is going to really prove that the team that has the most depth, Brooklyn Nets, that's those teams like that, they're going to be the ones that are going to make the difference in the second half of the season. And that's what I'm concerned about when it comes to my Knicks is that, and we talked about this last week, Julius Randle's playing a lot of minutes. They got a tough schedule to come out the gate, coming out of the break. So depth is everything. So now the second half of the season, the teams that have the most depth, we're going to see them when it comes time for seeding, who's going to be the higher seeds.
I got you. Oh, I got a comment I want to go off of. Mr. John Shook says, funny how everyone smacked on LeBron and said he couldn't win if he went to the West.
Oh, she put that up there. That's right up your alley.
He went to the East. Woo! Mr. John, I was thinking that the same day the other day.
First off, LeBron got lucky last year. I'm just going to say that the Lakers got lucky. Let's be lucky that the Denver Nuggets came back from 3. The Clippers can't hold a 3-1 lead because we all know the Clippers would easily beat that Lakers team last year. Easily would.
Who?
Look at them eyes bugging out there.
You ain't doing that. No.
Yeah, see?
The
Clippers would have beat the Lakers in the Western
Conference Finals. But I can't. Well, I get your point, but the fact that the Clippers didn't take care of business, I can't give them that.
Well, that's why I'm saying they got lucky.
Yeah. You know, it's just exhausting because
It is.
at the end of the day, like we're just talking about realistic basketball talk. This is real basketball talk. This is not fan basketball talk. We're talking real basketball here. And if you look at it, if you look at the two teams, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, between Brooklyn, these are the two teams to beat. It's the Brooklyn and the Lakers. Those are the two teams to beat. And if you look at those two teams, you have a three-headed monster and a two-headed monster.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not want to acknowledge the fact that there's a three-headed monster in Brooklyn that he does not have enough weapons to deal with. And so now he's really upset now that they got Blake Griffin, because it's another guy that could throw in there, another guy that could throw at LeBron, another guy that you got to deal with. And so it's killing you the fact that the Nets just keep on loading up weapons to knock your Lakers off.
Kenny,
You're scared,
Kenny,
concerned, and that's the bottom line.
Kenny, I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared of nothing in Trey. That Clippers team could not beat the Lakers. You know why? They had a team that could stop LeBron. Yes, they got some defensive players that stop LeBron. But nobody on that team can stop Anthony Davis. Nobody. Nobody on that team can stop Anthony Davis.
Okay, so Anthony Davis goes off.
You signed the guy that they was going to guard him, Harold. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You see what he's doing, giving us like 17, 18 a night. And then talking about this Brooklyn nonsense. Ain't nobody scared of Brooklyn. They can't guard a snail. They can't guard nobody. And yes,
don't have to.
Y'all got a two-head monster. We got a two-head monster. No.
You already said
AD LeBron, the Eagles, two all-stars. I ain't worried. And then Blake Griffin, guess what? We getting the same thing out of Kyle Kuzma. Blake Griffin gonna get you. He's a scrub. He's done. He washed up. He ain't the same. And watch us get Andre.
31 years old.
And watch we go out to Victor Oladipo. Watch, we get into some
broken down. You talking about a question? You don't even know if he's fully healthy. That's your answer? Oladipo? Are you kidding me?
You'll see.
Oladipo's going to the Warriors.
I ain't the Warriors. Why would he go to the Warriors? He'll be a bench player when Klay Thompson get back. No, man.
He's a rental anyway. He's a free agent at the end of the season. You mean?
They just need him to help Steph Curry out. That's it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if Joe Lacob and them are crazy to make that move. I wouldn't touch that with the.
But the Lakers wouldn't be crazy. They wouldn't be crazy if the Lakers did it, though, right?
Because guess what? He gonna want to resign with us because it's it's L.A., California, the palm trees, Hollywood, Kobe's house. I guarantee you, if they say, you know what, Trey, you can come live out here to L.A. We'll pay for it, work, everything. You say, you know what, I'm out there at Hollywood.
Wait a minute. Are they paying for everything? They don't have to pay any bills, no nothing.
Yeah,
right.
Because I'm not leaving the state of Texas with no income tax. A state that has a crap load of state income tax. I'm not doing that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I stay in Texas, by the way, too. But gentlemen,
tax, so I'm with both of you.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm Trey, man. It's always a pleasure for you to stop by the network, stop by the shows. We want to thank you for jumping on, especially short notice. Want to thank you.
No problem.
Kenny, this Thursday, I want to see you in a different kind of shirt. I want to see you in the Knicks. I haven't seen you, so you claim to be a fan. I haven't seen you.
So excited! You said you want to see me in the Knicks.
You said you claim to be a Nets fan. You claim to be a Nets fan.
Yeah.
You claim, J.R. Alexander. You know we keep it real. This is the real talk. It's the only way we know is how to keep it real. But man, it's time to roll. Our time is about to roll out. Before we leave, I got a very inspirational video that I want each and one of you guys.
Oh, good God! Please don't be wrong.
What's up, you guys? This is Freddie Henderson from the All Sports All Plays Network. You've seen me before on All Sports All Plays Network, but guess what? Coming soon, we're expanding the network. It's going to be called Talking All Sports and All Plays Network. You can see me, Jonathan Mathis, having a show called The Truth, presented by Talking All Sports All Plays Network. We ask if you can like the page, follow the page, share the page. You will not want to miss out on this great content that we're going to share to you each and every night. Tune in to Talking All Sports, All Plays Network. This is your boy Freddie. So can't wait to see. Like I said, the page actually launched yesterday. We have had a great baseball show join on the network. We've had a Bring It that's happened today. We got Dave Mess Around have his own show. We have a wrestling show tomorrow. We have shows, like I said, we're bringing content from both sides. And just tune into that, like the page, follow the page, and share it, and all that good stuff. Do you guys have anything you guys want to add to it, or are we good?
Everybody keep tuning in.
Yeah, y'all doing great things here at the ASAP Network. Make sure you like and share the page, man. They're doing a lot of good things. They'll keep you up to date with everything. I appreciate everyone, honestly, from the ASAP Network. If you didn't know about my little episode last week, I thank y'all for wishing me well and praying for me, and I really do appreciate it. Y'all always been like family to me, so I really do appreciate everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, until next time, and you guys know, y'all come and see my good looking self. Y'all already know that. But until next time, we'll see you guys Thursday.
Peace.